And I'm continuing the reading from Letting Go, The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. So I'm after not an easy day at work, and now it's Nurturing Self-Care. There isn't a guideline book for setting boundaries. Each of us has their own guide inside ourselves. If we continue to work at recovery, our boundaries will develop. They will get healthy and sensitive. Ourselves will tell us what we need to know, and we'll love ourselves enough to listen. So boundaries is quite a topic. I'm having the experience of working in a school of children that come from another culture, whose parents come from another culture, is quite challenging. And at the moment, I found myself completely getting a cold. It's always when I work with small children because they have colds often. And then there's the topic of setting healthy boundaries. This is not allowed, this is allowed, because you have to understand that people have different ways of setting boundaries. And we need to respect that. The need for boundaries needs to be respected, and that's something that needs to be learned and practiced. And definitely it's something that's been a theme in my life. How to set healthy boundaries, how to say stop. I want to talk about this now. So I'm trying to eat healthy. Just a sec, I'm going to show you. Look at the wall for a minute. So, how do we say to somebody, excuse me, I need to do something for myself? So right now, after I had a lot of coffee in the teacher's room, I decided to get a carrot juice. Very healthy, lots of vitamins, and orange juice is just too acidic for me. So how do we take care of ourselves? How do we set healthy boundaries? We need to make sure we do that. As Robert Frost said, walls make good neighbors. What do we need to do to take care of ourselves? Listen to the voice inside. What makes you angry? What have you had enough of? What don't you trust? What doesn't feel right? This is something that comes up when I'm working with children who have a problem with boundaries and they're not sure what they're feeling. There's a lovely song in Hebrew that says, sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm forgiving, but I'm always me. Because sometimes children especially, they tend to identify with the feeling, and it colors their reality, and they can't get beyond the anger, the sadness. And some children are better at snapping out of it, some children are not. It depends on how healthy the homes that they come from are concerning feelings. I certainly did not grow up in a healthy family in terms of feelings and respecting emotions, and I've always had to repress my emotions. I was not able to communicate my emotions. I was not listened to. So listen to the voice inside. What makes you angry? What have you had enough of? What don't you trust? What doesn't feel right? What can't you stand? What makes you uncomfortable? What do you want, need? What don't you want to need? What do you like? What would feel good for you to do? In recovery, we learn that self-care leads us on the path to God's will and plan for our life. Self-care never leads away from our highest good. It leads towards it. So don't feel like you're lazy if you need to sleep. For me, I identify with the children. I'm always Duracell battery, always on the go. And sometimes I need to calm down. Came in now here. It's empty here. To settle down, to calm down. Now it's the Sabbath is beginning soon, and it's a really good time to settle down. It's something that doesn't happen abroad, by the way. I lived in Europe. There's never a feeling of settling down because Sunday is the day of rest there, but everything is always going. The public transportation is going, and You have a feeling of calmness a little bit, but when everything is open, there's not this sense here. It's really everything is shut down, mostly. So you really have a feeling of that's it. You have to rest. Although people who don't want to always confine in Tel Aviv and open a coffee shop or whatever. So in recovery, we learned self-care leads us on a way to God's will and plan for our life. Only when you self-care, when you take care of yourself and not expect other people to take care of you, and not forget to take care of yourself, it never leads away from our highest good, it leads towards it. Learn to nurture the voice inside and trust yourself. We can take care of ourselves. We're wiser than we think. Our guide is within, ever present. Listen to trust and nurture that guide. So let's say together, today I will affirm that I'm a gift to myself and the universe. I will remember that nurturing self-care delivers that gift in its highest form. So take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. On the other hand, when I read this, I remember the saying by Hillel that says, I'll translate it from Hebrew. If I'm not for myself, who is? But if I'm only for myself, what do I have? So we have to remember to balance the give and take. So, playing the balancing game. Because if we only take care of ourselves, it's not good. We're not going to be happy. But if we only take care of other people and forget to take care of ourselves, it's not good either. We're going to get sick. Your body speaks. And it says, that's where you get the cold. So eat right. I have my avocado sandwich here. And eat well. And take care of yourself. And remember to keep healthy boundaries with others. Take care of yourself. Peace, light, and love. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for listening to my talks. And I wish you all a beginning of 2019, a healthy beginning, working on boundaries and working on self-care and taking care of yourself. Eat right. So these are the principles of Shivananda Yoga, which I learned. Eat right. Exercise, plenty of exercise, plenty of rest, which is something that's very difficult for a lot of people. Just rest, plenty of rest, plenty of exercise, eat good food that doesn't come from a source of violence. Vegetarian diet is always recommended. And breathe right and do yoga. Think positive. These are the tenets. These are the building blocks of a healthy life. So thank you so much for listening to me again. And once again, peace, light, and love. Thank you. And have a wonderful weekend.